What is special operations?
Yeah, well, great question. You know, we get a lot of notoriety for the raids, for the rescue operations, and frankly, we're very proud of that. When the nation calls on us to do those sort of operations, they expect us to be successful every single time, and I expect the guys to be successful, and they expect to be successful. But the fact of the matter is, that's a small portion of what we do. Now, when you take a look at where we are around the globe today, we are in 79 countries, I think, today. Only one of those is Afghanistan. The other 78 countries, we are out there building partner capacity. We're trying to teach other nations how to deal with their own problems so they don't grow violent extremists. We're building wells in places. We're doing civil affairs operations. We're doing information operations to buy down things like corruption. So there is a whole spectrum of things that special operations do that rarely get the press's attention because it's not sexy. It doesn't sound terribly good or terribly bad at that point in time, but when you put the totality of it together, you have nations out there that have not gone extremist because special operations forces have been working there for decades. So that's really a piece of the story.
How many men and women do you command?
66,000 today. But let me qualify that term. Of the 66,000, you've got about 44,000 of those are people that can deploy forward. Of those 44,000, about 33,000 are kind of badged special operations or tactical units. So special forces officers, Navy SEALs, Rangers, Night Stalkers that fly helicopters. Those are the tactical units. So of those 33 to 35,000 folks, we deploy about 10 to 12,000 a day, or are constantly deployed. So right now in Afghanistan, you know, our numbers are close to 7,000 and then another 3,000 spread out across the globe. We've got a good budget that supports that. And I'm a very interesting, what we call combatant command. I'm one of the only combatant commands that has service-like responsibilities. And, you know, if you look at Central Command, for example, Jim Mattis' Central Command, he is in charge of a vast array of countries in terms of the military responsibility.
He's in charge of the Middle East and South Asia.
But he doesn't have a budget to do acquisition programs. When we were legislated into action in 1987, the Congress gave us a budget, Major Force Program 11. Very, very important because it allows me to put capability into the hands of the operators very rapidly. So if we identify a problem and an operator, you know, says, I need a new weapon, I need a new boat, I need a better helicopter, then I'm in a position, because we have an acquisition authority, to be able to turn that requirement quickly and get it back out in the field.
Special operations is the only, one of only two Pentagon budgets that's not being cut. In fact, it's going up.
Well, I think that remains to be seen. Suffice to say, we did pretty well in the president's budget that was put forward, and we're very thankful for that. And we'll see where it goes from there.